Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. I'm DC. You can find all my stuff over on my website, dclasair.com. That's dclasair.com. Indeed, I'll put a link to it in chat. Springleaf, hello, welcome on in. There's my website. Go take a look at it. It has lots of neat stuff, including my free TTRPG resources that you can download and use. And they're pretty cool. And there's more coming. So, watch for that. Let's see what else we got today. Oh, today I'm excited because I'm going to be watching a terrible movie later, which might actually be pretty cool. Over on the Rift Tracks channel, they're doing a special showing of an early Michelle Yeoh and Cynthia Rothrock. And it looks like it's going to be amazing. So I'm going to be watching that tonight in my flannel and, probably have some food around and laughing, that type of thing. Yeah, it'll be great. All right. Oh, this came for me today for being part of the St. Jude charity fundraiser thingy earlier this year. Got this nice shirt. And it's got a... Oh, let me turn off green screen a second. As soon as I can find the button. There we go. Let's try that again. Side. And there's a picture on the back. Yeah. I got a message from... I got a text from FedEx saying something was on its way, and I didn't recognize the company they were using to ship these. So I'm like, what is this? Is this a scam? And it's like, no, that's a regular FedEx text message. And yeah, it was the shirt. So yay. And then also, I tried these out on Wednesday. Have the Rode Wireless Micro, which is a great package. And it charges here. They give you a tiny cord, so just be aware of that. This is USB-A to USB-C. The little tiny plug to the larger plug. And inside the charging case, 2 mics, and the transmitter is in this middle thing here. And this plugs into either a computer or your phone. This is the USB-C version. There is a Lightning version if you still have a phone with a Lightning port on it. You can get that. Yeah, and the mics are adorable little pill shapes. And works well. So go check out the Wednesday VOD if you want to hear these in action. All right. So, shall we get into it? For today is Tech Friday. And it was also Elgato week. And boy, did they do a lot of announcements. We'll go through them by announcements each day. Now, they are streaming right now as this is being recorded. And they did an announcement today, but they might have more. So if this is all they have, then yay, we've covered everything. If not, well, there's next week. Okay, my light looks off for some reason. I don't know why. What is it? Is that the shirt still? Or the shirt sticking into the frame? There we go. All right, so let's get to it. Boop. There you go. On Monday, they announced that the Wave Mic Arm Mark II. There's some M's. I typed it wrong in my notes. Let me correct that. So, as you can see, it's very flexible. You can even put it down so it can be low profile or come up over the monitors. It's extra long, which is great because a lot of mic arms that you get for streaming tend to be on the shorter side, and that may not fit your desk needs. So this is pretty good. As you can see, it has these neat little shoulder pads. The cables go inside as usual. Full flex. They say dead silent. Fits more desks. Yes. All metal, no logos. So it's designed to, the promise of it is that it gives you more freedom to move your microphone around. And it looks pretty cool. I like how it attaches. It looks solid and easy to manipulate. It's great. And they do their hidden cable channel thing. Again, they have a little extension for you as well. Clamps onto the desk, as you see there. And the best part is, unlike other wave arms, this holds more weight. It ships with the proper adapters, supporting weights from ½ pound up to 2.6 pounds, which is pretty fantastic and will hold a lot more mics than their previous. So if you have a chunky, weighty mic, this would be a good arm for you. And that moves. Look, they've got 2 of them there. So the promise on this is that it's very adaptable to any situation. Spring-loaded, all metal. And you can check out all these details here. All right, for a few days, they did 2 announcements. Their other announcement on Monday was, let's make it go away a second. And I'm doing behind the scenes things, so, was an app they call Voice Focus. It's available for $50 on their store. And there was a beta of this earlier. One moment. Had to sneeze. Might have to sneeze again. Hold on. Okay, so Voice Focus. This right here. What this does is eliminates all the room noise. You just plug in the mic, you kind of set a distance. Let's see if I can show off this picture here. right? You say how strong you want it to be, and it cuts down the noise while preserving your voice. And it does a really good job. Now, you may have noticed something. It does say it's AI, and the AI is only on your machine and doesn't send anything to anywhere. So that's what they're guaranteeing. You know, once this gets out more and more people are using it, we'll know how true that is, but right now, not a reason to doubt. But it's a simple button, simple switch that makes your audio sound great without a lot of fuss. It really is kind of amazing what they have in that app alone. So if you're in a loud room or you can't, sound treat the room in any way, consider getting voice focus. It really makes a huge difference in your audio. All right, next up, Tuesday. The thing I'm most excited for out of all their announcements. Brian, hello, welcome on in. Thing I'm most excited for out of all their announcements. Wavelink 3.0. Over there. I got to point that way. Yes. Now, I've talked about Wavelink before and how cool it is. But Wavelink 3.0 is a whole nother ballgame. It will be free for everybody. You don't have to have Elgato hardware, and you don't have to pay a dime. There will be an open beta next week, October 16th. And I have mentioned this before, but I've said if Elgato ever opens up Wavelink for everybody, or at a low price point, they kind of win putting audio on your computer. I don't know anything that's going to be this easy and this capable, and you don't have to have any special hardware to use it. You just download it, use it. But let's take a look. Note to self, hi Rex, note to self, screenshot all my VST settings before installing. Yes, it does not preserve your settings because it's such a different software from Wavelink 2. Or if you're switching over to it, from something else, you'll probably want to do that. And I plan on getting the beta when it comes out, and so that'll be part of next week's Tech Friday, is going over all the things you can do with it. And so, first thing we have here on this table, this is a routing table. You can route sources to multiple channels. So you notice this one here says games. And games goes to their headphone mix. And it also goes to their streaming channel. Right? Their sound effects they have going to their private mix, their chat, and their stream channel. And you can have more virtual channels set up. They're just doing 3 at a time. And you can, drag more sources of the same type together, or of any type. Like, this could be Spotify and Discord on one channel. Doesn't matter. As long as the app is open, you'll be able to select it and put it in one of these categories. And then this volume slider acts as a master volume slider for everything, or you can change the volume of just what you hear in your headphones and what the stream hears by manipulating these sliders. So if you need it a little louder for you and a little quieter for stream, you can do that. And this is probably the biggest and best improvement of Wavelink 3, is a simplified routing table. Now, I had a what was that thing called that a few years ago that everyone liked, but the company went away? It was Mixer Go something. Anyway, that mixer had a routing table, but it was weird to figure out what it meant by clicking on the box. It just didn't make sense. This makes sense visually. It's easy to read. And if you want to add a VST, like Rex was mentioning, you click this little sound wavy button, and that will open up the VST menu, essentially. And you can add them in there. So as you see, the music doesn't have any VSTs. And honestly, if you're going to add filters to stuff, you really should only be adding filters to voices. Maybe games if you need a little more gain or something like that. But don't filter your music. You can filter your SFX if you're going for something specific. But usually your music, game audio, you should just leave alone and mess with the volume as you need. But I wouldn't put any filters on them because that can mess up the audio to your audience. And if you have a wave microphone, you'll get this. If you don't have a wave microphone, you don't get this screen. But if you have a wave, like the Elgato Wave 3, you get this handy screen for setting it up. The routing table we already talked about. Expanded input and powerful mixes. Went over that. All the audio effects you can do. And the big thing, once again, free for everyone. And there's no reason not to try this. The beta next week, well, I'll be your beta tester on it. So if you want to wait till it comes out full. But I guarantee this is, if not the best, probably one of the best pieces of software for audio control of your streaming or of your PC. And Wavelink 3 makes it even better. Looking forward to this one, mostly already using current Wavelink like this, but if I can combine multiple mics into a single, that would be great. First Dice is free, not that we want you to hit up the marketplace or anything, right? Because, there will be VSTs available through the marketplace, and whether people charge for those or not is another story. But honestly, for me, this was the best announcement. And the free made it all that much better. I really will I'm thinking I'm going to have a hard time recommending anything else for people for audio routing. If you want to do more than what a little more than what OBS can give you for free, this is a great option. I've used other audio router softwares, and even some of those don't really compare to the flexibility of the previous version of this, of Wavelength 2. So yeah, we'll try it out and do many, many fun things with it. Oops, that was the wrong combo of buttons. This button. This button. There we go. And then also on Tuesday, they announced another piece of software. Again, $50. Called Wavecast. Oops, let me try that again. There we go. I don't know why that wasn't working, but it didn't want to go. All right. Now, Wavecast is for linking audio between two computers over your network. So say you have a streaming PC and a gaming PC, and this is a way to get the audio from one to the other with very little effort. And once again, they promise ultra low latency. I haven't seen many independent reviews on this yet, so we'll find out how much the common reviewers like about this. But you can send your microphone audio from one to the other computer. You can send, the stream audio one way, the game audio another, depending what way you want to go. And it makes it really easy to get audio going. To get video, well, you're on your own there, but this handles your audio. Yeah, getting into the ecosystem is free. By the way, here's these other things that aren't free, but you'll really want, right? Tanya, hello, welcome on in. Good to see you. Doing good. So yeah, application, choose app audio. Now, one license, one fee will cover two computers. And if you ever switch computers that you want to use this with, all you have to do is contact Elgato support, and they will sort out the license for you so you can use it on your new machine that you're replacing with the old machine. Again, another option to look at. All right. So that'll take us to Wednesday. And Wednesday announcement, we had Finite Singularity on stream. And we like a lot of Finite's OBS plugins. But he worked on this with Elgato, and he was showing off him coding it on his streams a couple months ago. So the Marketplace Connect 1.2 beta, full release next month, does something kind of neat. And there is a Reddit mega thread to talk about it. I'll pull that up. So, what this does is it integrates with OBS. And now from the Elgato Marketplace, you can download whole whole scene collections that you can use, so that you can use for free. Now, you can put up things on the Elgato marketplace and charge for them, or make them available for free. There are already quite a few options up for this. So you can have instant stream setup. You can have a talkie scene, a BRB screen, a starting soon screen, and an end screen, all in one go, all brought into OBS auto-magically. And you can select what parts you want. If you don't want the BRB screen, you just don't put that in. It will still be available to you if you go into your marketplace account and want anything. But you can do that. The other thing you can do with this is export your own scenes. So you can export your scenes to, and have them in a little file. Maybe you put them on a hard drive somewhere to keep them safe. And that way, if your computer crashes, you can reinstall OBS, go to that file bundle you have, and import it back into OBS without anything. And yeah, it can. Yep, Brian is right. It can include plugins by links. It'll tell you what plugins you need. You can't quite yet install plugins through OBS, so you still have to click the links, download it, and insert them yourself. But yeah, and then, as Brian says, pick your cam, pick your mic, and go for it. And so if you want to preserve your OBS settings and keep them somewhere because you don't want to go through the whole thing of rebuilding your OBS. I mean, I have so many nested scenes, it would take me a long time to now rebuild my OBS. So this is also a great way to just have your settings saved somewhere, not on your main machine, and instantly import them. Or you can share that bundle with other people. Like, hey, I made this for a TTRPG actual play. If you want to use it too, well, I'll just send you the file, my friend. And you can send your file, or you can put it on the marketplace for free or for some monies. But this is another really great piece of software. Like I said, it is Marketplace Connect is a plugin for OBS. And one of the other things it includes is a bundle for Stream Deck profiles. So if you have a Stream Deck and whoever made that bundle put this in there, it will automatically have buttons to switch from the, your host screen to your BRB screen to your end screen, and you just drag them in. Again, if you don't want to use them, you don't have to. And if you decide later you want to, you go into your Marketplace account, and they'll still all be there for you to download. So it's a really fantastic idea. Glad to see it happening. I think it will make a huge difference. And I hope people take advantage of this and start building different scene collections and things like that people can just put into their streams, and kind of getting to that as low a lift as possible as starting up a stream. Very good. What's already in the marketplace, I took a look at a while ago when this was more in a different beta state, and they have a lot of really good looking packages already available. Again, some paid, some free. So that was the only thing they announced on Wednesday. Oops. Thursday was another two announcements. Excuse me a second. Sorry, it's getting colder here, and so my allergies are kind of spawning up. Let's see. So yesterday, Thursday, they announced the Prompter XL, which is a 15.6 inch screen. Those words. And let's take a look at this thing. I mean, it's 15.6 inches. It's big. So you want to make sure whatever tripod you get for this can support that weight if you put it on a tripod or wherever you put it on. Just make sure it's not a flimsy one, all right? Otherwise, it might drag down the ball head or, just not work at all and make a mess for you. But this is available for $600. And, ultra compatible. They have a list. I don't know where that list went, but they do have a list of all compatible cameras. So if you're interested in a big teleprompter, you can check it out. Now, for me, the idea behind this is a little more for those small studios than for regular streamer use. Like I have the regular prompter, right? And that's still available. And that's, less than this, obviously. The other cool thing about the Prompter XL is that the screen is detachable. It's a removable display, and it's just held on by magnets. So if you were to pick it up, don't pick it up by the screen because the magnets could detach, and then, you're down a prompter. So, hold it by another part of it, just not there. It has this nice hood. It all snaps together. On Elgato stream, they snapped it together. It looked like it was easy setup. I like that you get basically a free display that you can use however you want. And the other thing to think about with such a large prompter screen is how close it is to your face, basically, because let me get back to here. So if you have it, like my prompter is fairly close to me, a couple arms lengths away. If I had the 15.6 inch one and just went full screen with my text, at this distance, you would see my eyes moving. I'd possibly have to move my head to read all the text coming up. So at this distance, what I would do is not use the full 15 inches of the monitor. I would shrink down my script so it kind of fits more center, and it keeps my eyes from moving so extremely back and forth, and it still looks like I'm looking forward into the camera, as I am. Now, if you have a larger space and can move that prompter like 6 to 8 feet away from you, from like the back of your desk or something, that's probably good enough where, you won't pick up this. You may pick up some eye movement, but it won't be as extreme as that, and it'll still look like the person is looking directly into the camera while they read the text. So just keep that in mind if you get it. I really like that it's just a monitor, too, that you can give you. But I found the original prompter, very useful. And yeah, you can check out all the details about using it there. And it comes with the Camera Hub software. And tells you all about all the different buttons and things you can get if you have a Stream Deck. Yeah, the max load, 11 pounds. So be aware. 5 kilograms for those that use other weight measurements. The field of view is approximately the same as it is with the normal prompter. So you're not really losing anything. It's probably a little wider, but you're still getting the relatively same amount of space you'll still be able to have. There's this cloth hood to keep light out if you need it. And then here's all the splat rugged body. Beam splitter glass, magnetic display. Again, if you get one, please don't pick it up by the monitor. It's just magnets holding it on. And you could possibly detach the monitor, and if you had to carry this around the room, you probably want to carry it, by like here or on the side. Just don't carry it by the monitor. I don't want it to go crashing to the floor, and then that's an expensive replacement. All right. The other thing they announced yesterday, let me move that window out. This is going to take a little bit of adjustment, was something called Window Mover, sorry, which is a free plug-in for the Stream Deck. And so I have it. I've installed it. I used it to start my programs. And what it does is it takes your it takes any app you have open. They'll go, okay, how do you want this app arranged when you open it? And it will remember those positions so you can hit the button, and then when that app will automatically go to the space you provide it. So to show you what it's like, let me get over to, we'll take a look at my Stream Deck setup for it. So here's the Stream Deck software. Let's see, where did I put this? Oh no, it's right here. So I have this open button. And this opens all of my programs before I stream. Now what I also have it set to do is move all those windows to a certain position. Thanks to the new software. What was this called again? Windows Mover, right? Let me make sure that is, oh, right, I can just type it up here. Yeah, there we go, Window Mover. So in my multi-action, I have the Camera Hub open first. I caused a delay because sometimes your computer trying to open multiple programs at once is not going to have a good time. So I added a delay just to give a few seconds for that program to open up and then for the next one to open. And that way my computer doesn't scream at me about trying to open 5 programs all at the same time. But then I also have it, once they open, I have a window mover layout. So I label this. So the Camera Hub will go in the upper right. My StreamBot goes in the upper left. My Spotify goes in the bottom left. I don't have anything for the bottom right. And then I want my Chrome window maximized in the monitor I have to my right. So that's what the window mover maximize does here. And I want to make sure that the StreamerBot chat window is maximized in my prompter screen. And that's what this other one does. So we can take a look at these individually. So as you can see, you can title it whatever. Your selection, you can say whatever app is currently in the foreground, whatever app you have selected that isn't, the Stream Deck software. You can select a specific app, or sometimes if it doesn't recognize the app or doesn't pick up the app, you can also give it the title of the window. That'll do it. And then you set what display you want it to go to. So this is my main monitor, my kind of monitor that's in the middle. I look at straight ahead. And I said, okay, Camera Hub, I want you to open up in this right thing. And you can just click these where you want it to open up. So if you only want 2 programs, you could have it open left and right, or in this configuration. Or if you wanted to divide it up, maybe you only want 2 apps here and then another app to open on the left. You could do that. But here's all the configurations that they give you. Then you just pick one. And then when you go to open it, it will move it to the right place. So I have all the programs open first, and then I go, okay, now put them where I want. Now that they're all open and working, just make them go, and they'll go. And so this is the layout button. So if I go, let's see here, yeah, page 2. Oh, that's the weather app, right? Okay, page 3. So, you go to layout, and here you go, foreground, just like what I showed you here. Can title it whatever, pick if it's an app, and then you select the app, select the display, tell it where you want it to go. It is 1 app per thing, so you couldn't, say this app and this app in one button. You do have to make this. Neat, this like an extended version of the Windows Power Toys Fancy Zones with timing aid. Yeah. And what I do like about this over Fancy Zones is that Fancy Zones doesn't quite understand I have the StreamerBot app, right? And then the StreamerBot chat window just is a window titled chat, but Fancy Zones doesn't detect that. And so I would have to click it every time. With this, I can go by the window title. And the window title is just chat. So I type chat in here. And because I have StreamerBot set up to open the chat window automatically, it'll open it up and it will move it to where I want it. So sometimes you do need the window title, like in my StreamerBot example here, for it to work. And then maximize, same idea. Thing I was disappointed in was this custom bit, and they really didn't show it off too much on their stream, so I'm not exactly sure how to get this all to work, but you can still use it. If you want it a certain size, you can set X, Y, width, height. Thing is, I have no idea where X, Y, what that means for my monitor. Okay, this monitor, the X coordinate, the Y coordinate, I think at 0, 0 is the upper left of the screen, maybe? But where is this? What do I set to move this across screen? And then I would just be playing with this for who knows how long. to try to figure that out. And then you can set the width and height, right? So 1920, 1080 if you want it full and whatever. But it would be neat if there was a way to capture the window configuration. Just say, hey, you know what? This window here, where is this on the monitor? I know you need XY, but I need you to tell me what the XY is and put it in there. Did they add a way to capture the current window config? No. Not that they showed, and not that I can see. Not that they showed on their stream yesterday, not that I can see. So this was the only real disappointment is this is kind of useless right now. If you can figure out your XY and you want it at a custom, it's neat that you can size the window to whatever you want and you have a custom, but again, you have to play with these XY. Wait, why do you only have one knob configured? Wait, what do you mean? I have multiple knobs configured. Oh, here? No, this is just screen 3. If I go back to 1, multiple knobs. So we're good. No worries. No worries. We're good. We're good. I can touch all the knobs. That's just screen 3 that I don't really use, and I use it for testing things. Thought you were squandering controls for a minute, right? So let me get rid of these. So deducting points for bare knobs on secondary screens. So useful. It is nice that they provide this custom thing, but I think it needs a way to say, just tell me what the position of this window is, what size it is, and everything. Just figure it out for me, because I don't really know. I don't know if this, height is 200 by 400, or maybe it's only 211. I have no way of knowing that. So let me click this window. Give me what you need to make yourself happy, and put there automatically. But if you want to play with it, you can play with it. Think you would have to screenshot your monitor and then note the coordinates. If it grabbed, it populated once you had dragged it in position, that would work. Yeah. Yeah, but there's not a... Like I said, I don't know of a good way of dealing with this. I'm glad the option's here so we can make it whatever you want. I just want it to be easier to use. But I really like the other options. The layout and maximize are fantastic. Like I said, I've been using them well since yesterday, and they work fine. Can see how that would feel a little redundant, though, to create a button that only grabs the Windows coordinates, because the app doesn't know what it is until it's told which one. Yeah. If there was a way to go, okay, app, let me pick the window, click window. Okay, you got the... let's see. Create a button that only grabs the window. Yeah, I can see. Matter of less handhold, more practice. Yeah. We love to mess stuff up, right? So yeah, there's lots of options. It works really well. Like I said, as soon as I could get it yesterday, I started playing with it, and I made it so my setup works. And I used it today, and I'm really liking it. It makes it real easy to make sure everything's just in the right place, and I don't have to constantly drag all my windows around where I want them every time. Since they won't release the Stream Deck pillow for us to cry in, right? I mean, Elgato, where's the Stream Deck pillow? You didn't give us the Stream Deck pillow. Why no pillow? We would all like the pillow. It would fly off the shelves, as they say. All right. So finally, today's announcement was a gaming chair. Now, there might be more announcements happening right now because they're like streaming all day. So I don't know if this is the only one for Friday or if they're just going to have some mega thing at the end of their stream. Don't know. But right now, we have the Elgato Embrace. Oh, you're right. Let me pull up that browser again. Where did I close that browser completely? I closed the browser completely. Why did I do that? I only meant to minimize. Yeah, come back up. Reappear for me, browser. There we go. Give it a chance to load. Did he have to give the item such a horny name, right? Combination Stream Deck pillow and exfoliating makeup remover, so you can literally wipe that look off your face. Right? Okay, so there's the link to the Embrace. And because I'm an office supply kid, my family had a local office supply store for years. We used to have a space with a showroom. I've sat in a lot of office chairs, got to try them out. So I have opinions, and we'll take a look. At it. Let's just... I'm having trouble remembering where my buttons are today. Hold on. That one. There you go. Right there. All right. So it's $500 or $499.99 US. It's a mesh back with kind of a padded chair. Now, I was watching their stream earlier, and this pad can slide forward or slide forward and back. So if you need it forward a little more, you can do that. The great thing is the headrest, because oh boy, headrest. The arms are good too. Now I have a chair. We're going to get into chairs here, and Rex, feel free to join in. They're getting into chairs. Yeah, I know, it's weird, right? But so over there at the desk where I do my crafting and gunpla thing, I have an office chair with a mesh back that my dad gave to me years ago, and it's still good. So mesh backs are great. This Secret Lab chair I got only because my friend who sold me my old computer was getting rid of it, and I was like, "You want the chair too?" I'm like, "Sure." But this chair has been great for my back, more so than that mesh chair. But that mesh chair with the back lasted years, more than, we'll say more than 10. And that chair that I have over there, it's about the size of what you would consider a normal office chair, you know, kind of that low back thing. It has a few more features where the handles are adjustable. Again, I like this adjustable headrest. That is a feature you don't see too often. Fancy office chair, yeah. So mesh is usually pretty comfortable. And if you were to get a similarly priced chair, or a similar chair from Herman Miller or from Steelcase, this could easily, oops, I'm hitting the wrong buttons. This could easily be $1,000 chair or more, 2,000 even. So for the price of $500, that's amazing. So hopefully when people have this and can review it, we'll find out exactly how comfortable it is. But I like a lot of the tech here, and for $500, there's a lot of features you don't see normally in chairs, especially an adjustable headrest. Even something that seems like a no-brainer, like a headrest, can make a chair price go way up. And again, the other innovation that they showed off on their stream that they don't really do a good job of showing here is that this padded cushion can slide forward and back. And the mesh looks great. You know, you can change the back support there a little bit. These are adjustable. It goes up and down. And you can lean back in it too. Like the adjustable seat length as I have longer legs. Yeah. So if I needed a chair, this would definitely be in consideration. I do like the feel of mesh on the back. Like I said, I have a chair with mesh on the other side here. It's held up really well. You can tilt it back pretty far. You can nap in this chair. You can tilt it. You can't tilt it all the way back. It's not like a gravity chair type thing, but you can tilt it back far enough where you'd probably be pretty comfortable if you wanted to nap in it. And so, oh, I have a kitty meowing at the door. Hold on. We might have some kitty time here. Come on in. Come on. Come on in, Hannah. I heard you. So yeah, a lot of good features that you wouldn't find normally on a chair quite that price. Nappability is a very important feature for a chair, especially a gamer chair. Again, it seems like an odd product line for them to get into, and I don't quite know where they're going with it, but it's a chair. And on their stream earlier today, come here. The guy set it up in like 12 minutes or something. Was impressive. Come here. No. You gotta be on screen a little bit. Just for a little bit, okay? This is Hannah. And when Hannah's on, stream stops. Hi, kitty. Oh, is it time to get down now? Oh, now it's time to get down. Okay. There you go. Woo. That was a dust storm of fur. All right, so we'll get to break in just a moment here. But yeah, it's a pretty good chair for the price. I know there's people who have it already, and I'm looking forward to hearing their reviews on it. But it looks good, and yeah, you don't have to pay an outrageous price for a what could be a very good chair. So I'll take a while we're on break. I'll go take a look at their Discord or anything to see if they announced anything else. But that will wrap up Elgato Week. When we come back, I was watching some YouTube videos over the week, and they reviewed various hardware for October. So we'll look at a variety of different hardware things that I thought were neat that people mentioned on their videos. So stay tuned for that. Gonna run some ads to keep pre-rolls away, and be right back in about 5 minutes. So stay tuned. Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for sticking around. Glad to see you all again. And I know I was going to mention some hardware that I looked at, but then there wasn't anything on Elgato Discord, but there was something on a different Discord. And I had talked about this program before, this website called Legend Keeper, which is a way to organize your games. It's very wiki style, so it's a world building site. It's very clean, very easy to use. But then I found Obsidian and moved everything to Obsidian, and I also had to cut down on my subscriptions to things. So that was one of those I let go because of Obsidian. But they introduced a feature called Timeline, where you can make a timeline for your world, right? Well, they just announced that they've released this for free. It's a browser source thing. No account required. Just do it how you want. So they took this, and they're like, because our timeline feature was such a great hit, we're making it available as a web app for everybody. So we'll take a look at that in a minute, and we'll do some learning together there. But I'm like, that is cool. That is an excellent tool, and one I honestly might take advantage of, because Legend Keeper is a great program. Nothing wrong with it. Just I didn't have the money for the subscriptions are low price, but everything I basically use Obsidian for everything now. So if you want a paid solution, I do recommend Legend Keeper. If you need something web-based, or if you want to keep it local, Obsidian, Markdown, perfect. All right, so let's get into some hardware here. First up, let me... Oh, I didn't. Hold on. Copy URL, please. Thank you. Okay, I've seen this screen before. Other things, and it's called Terminal, TRMNL. And it's a little e-ink screen that you can kind of DIY with and put all sorts of things on it, all different programs, calendar program that integrates with your Google Calendar. If you want to show pictures, a whole bunch of things. So let's look at it. This is going to be bright white, so prepare your eyeballs. Boop. This is for, they have Terminal X, which is slightly larger. How much are these things? So $219 for the Terminal X. But yeah, there's the original one, the OG, for $139. And like, this is cool. It's a little monitor that can easily sit on a desk, and it has such a variety of plugins. You see here common things like stocks, but you can do news article, news feeds and web browser, and there's just a lot. Like, this person here connected their Todoist to it. There's a lot of plugin support for this thing, and a lot of your favorite apps will work with it. Let's see what happens when we click shop. We have, Clarity Kit, Terminal X, okay. Do we have products, device, accessories? Oh, about Terminal, here we go. Meet their team. They will never stop trying to resurrect extra tablet for the home, right? But yeah, it's kind of a cool little device. And again, I haven't tried any of this hardware. I just looked at it and go, yeah, that's kind of neat. So let's talk about it a little bit. So yeah, that's terminal. And let's see, what else do we have here? The Nothing Ear Open Headphones. Which I only have an Amazon link to, so there you go. I'm sure you can search for it and find it elsewhere. But these are wireless earbuds that have little ear hooks to go around. And from the reviews I've seen, they sound pretty good. So around $150. Get a charging case and these little hooks. Amazing. All right, the other one, integrated chatbot in the OS. Yeah. Oh, they're also Bluetooth, so, you know. All right. Other thing is this interesting NVMe enclosure. And basically there's a fan in it, but you can add any M2 NVMe, you know, all those details are there, but you can plug in any compatible hard drive into it, up to 8 TB. And like it shows here, it has a cooling fan. Now let's get in on this picture here. Cooling fan, thermal pad, keeps the heat low. You know, what it supports. Yeah, you just plug it in and you have a case to run it off of, and like, okay, that's pretty cool. I didn't know there was something like that. You know, a lot of these things I see already have a hard drive in them, but now you can put your own in. Like, neat. And then we go to the DJI RS4, is this grip here. Put that into chat. And so it has little feet that you can put down and put it on a table or a desk, wherever you happen to be. Has a gimbal to it, lets you rotate around. You can quickly attach it and move with it. I don't want to subscribe. I don't want to sign in with any Google account. Go away. And there's a lot of these little devices now where you can handheld. It has a nice little screen on the back, which why they're not showing that off first, I don't know. But there's quite a few of these available now. These, you just hold them in your hand. They keep the camera steady. You can go on and walk around with it. Again, nice looking screen for settings and things like that. You can control. Have this little control-y thing. Record button. Plus, it has feeties. So you can carry it or put it on a desk, no problem. Powerful stabilization. Which is the big thing, is that all these gimbal-like things are meant so that, it reduces the shakiness of your hand or of the camera bouncing while you're moving. There we go, Bluetooth wireless control. Yeah. So yeah, I'm like, yeah, that's pretty cool. All right. Let me check out this other thing and see if this is. Oh, okay. I remember why I wanted to mention this. It's a docking station. And it has a whole lot of ports. You can even get it to support multiple monitors that connect via. It has Ethernet, HDMI, micro SD, USB 3 Type A, and USB 3 Type C. You can use it with a MacBook Pro, MacBook Air, Mac Mini, iPads, and a whole bunch of other PCs. And so you could power secondary displays. It's $103, but it's a lot of ports it can do. That's a lot. Look at all that. You plug it in. So if you're on the go, need a bunch of ports, or if you just need a bunch of ports in your home, take a look at something like this, because holy cow. Support up to 2 monitors. That'd be great. Like it shows here, there's the laptop plugged in, 2 monitors, all connected to this, all being powered by this thing. All right. And then we had this thingy. This is an article on Petapixel about a $100 studio mic. Again, this is an article about the mic, and sometimes these articles tell you more about the mic than the actual manufacturer tells you about the mic. That looks fun. Yeah, it does. This is for the Maano PD200W. And hybrid triple mode connectivity, in quotes. Right here. But you can use USB, XLR, and a 2.4 gigahertz wireless signal for audio. So that's pretty neat. There's not a lot of things where you can just take the mic with you. You have your little stand. and then have all these ways to connect, whether it be USB, XLR, or wireless, and record audio. And, of course, they're going to say something like connect wirelessly without a loss in quality. So getting into interesting mic technology again. Approachable for mid and entry level users, like podcasters and content creators. So this might be a way to go. I haven't heard this. I haven't gone to YouTube yet and heard this mic yet. But the promise of it is pretty cool. And if you're just starting out, $100 for a mic, it's not bad. Again, the mic buying advice, as always, like there are some mics I talk about and you can hear, and a few you can hear on this stream. But go to YouTube, type in the model of the mic, type in the word review after, and just listen to some of the reviews of the mic. You don't have to listen to the whole review, but where they say they're actually using the mic, even if it's 20, 30 seconds, just listen to that. Does that sound good to you? Because that's going to be the best way to test a mic. That's why I got this pod mic here from Rode, is because I heard it on a YouTube video. I'm like, okay, that sounds good. I kind of know how my voice works. I mean, it's my voice, right? And I think my voice would sound pretty good with this microphone. And that's why I got this mic specifically, is because I listened to a couple other videos on it, and that helped me decide. Or if you want to bring up a mic here, I can always take a look at it and go, yeah, no, that seems like a pretty good one. All right, and finally, before we get into relax mode, Insta360 came up with another thing. Now, they make a lot of sporting focus cameras. A couple of years ago, they came out with the Insta360 Link, which is a small webcam that can follow your movements and everything. It's the one I use over on that desk when I build Gunpla or do crafting things. And they have a device called the Insta360 Wave. Again, we're on the audio train. And it's designed to be put down between a couple of people and just pick up audio from all around it, basically. And a small device and carry bag. If you want to use the AI features, you can. It offers, automatic transcriptions and everything, but it's an all-in-one recording solution. So as you can see, of course, it's going to capture 48 kilohertz, and it's going to say noise canceling, echo and reverb, be heard crystal clear. So this might be a good solution. Insta360 makes some good products. But if you're looking for a portable mic, you slide an SD card into this little base down here. Down here. And hit record, and it's recording whatever it picks up. As you can see, you get a carry bag, USB dongle. Let's see what else we have. Oh, it even has various pickup patterns. Great. So yeah, you can switch the pickup pattern. All mics have a pickup pattern, so just be aware of that. So you can do the full 360. You can do that one, cardioid, hypercardioid. All many types of. Are there more pictures? Nope. But yeah, it is a $300 device, so oof. But the interesting thing is that it is portable. And okay, here's a nice little picture of that bottom base. So here's where all your controls lie. You shove an SD card in it, you hit the record button, and you're recording audio that you can take out later. And of course, it connects to their other devices, but yeah. And then AI audio processing, boo, we don't care. That can go away. But also, it might be a solution for people who, say you want to record your D&D session. If you have $300, this might be a pretty good, solid choice. And it's small enough you can just stick it in a bag with you. But yeah, there are other products that do this kind of recording, but they are more for, like office conferences. You can use this for an office conference too. And there are devices that will pick up audio all around a table, but you need something for that audio to flow into and everything. Very, very, very easy inroad to what if we made our own game a podcast, right? And if it comes out sounding as good as it promises, 300 is probably not a bad price for such a thing. Yeah, so that wraps up the kind of the neat hardware I found. One bit of software, I think I talked about this before, is a online file converter. Because I think I did a big kind of a roundup of these. And I don't remember if I talked about this one before. But if you have a need to convert any of the local documents, that might work for the person yesterday who was looking to record their kid's game. Yeah. Unfortunately, I didn't see it during stream yesterday, so otherwise I probably would have mentioned it. But yeah, that's another solution. Probably cheaper than getting a lot of hardware. Getting 6 mics and a mixer and all that. But this other website is called Vert. Now, it doesn't do everything, and it clearly says what the supported formats are under each thing. So if you want to convert a document, you just drop it. And it says it processes everything on your device. But completely open source. You can't convert a PDF to anything because that's not a supported format. But if you wanted to do docx to an EPUB, you could do that. Or if you wanted to take an EPUB to a markdown file, you could do that. There's the video formats that it supports. Images, audio. So yeah, if your file type is on here, this might be a pretty good solution for you. And you can read all about it. They accept donations, otherwise they're free. They made it because file converters have always disappointed them. You can read all about them and check them out here if you want to. But I thought that was a pretty cool website. There are others that do this. But I was reading an article somewhere and this came up and I'm like, oh, well, let's mention that. So yeah, That's all of Tech Friday today. So we're gonna get into relax mode now. If you want to talk about anything we've talked about, any of the Elgato stuff, any of the hardware, if you just have a question on production or streaming tech, feel free to ask it in chat. Otherwise, we were going to look at the thing that that Legend Keeper made, the timeline thing. All right, let's all take a look at this. But yeah, that's basically the end of Tech Friday. Now we're just relaxing, playing around with things, seeing how they work. All right, so here is the Fantasy Timeline Maker. Group and organize events your way. No account required. There's a tutorial, or I can just click Get Started. Oh boy. Okay. Use these tools to create events or change views. Like you're covering the tooltip. Okay. Configure time system. Click here to customize your timeline's calendar. And system settings. And time system settings. Okay. Save your timeline. Can save it to a file. Neat. And they let you kind of go for it. All right. Oh, look. Gregorian calendar. We can change the calendar to any of those. We can edit them. Timeline view. Okay, so let's go over here. Time system. See what happens. All right, Gregorian. So we have 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 12 months a year, minutes per hour. Wow. They even offer an Eberron calendar. Look at that. Eberron, just default. Exandria. Awesome. Months. They list the months, weeks, days, years, eras, settings. Okay. Okay, that's pretty cool. All right. What if I want to make a new one? Add system. New calendar. Can I call this something? DC's Amazing Timeline. Close. Okay. And then if I go to DC's Amazing Timeline, there's an overview. Oh, settings. Okay. Date display, so we can figure that out. Let's do year, month, day, time format. Yeah, that's okay. Oh, we can type in eras. When the era ends. Eras start on 0 year. That's neat. So if you don't want it to start on year 1, you can have it start on year 0. Months. See here, I can just change the name right here. So if I want the first month of my year to be hats, it's now hats. Week, first day of the week. Bingo. Days, hours in a day, 24. Oh, you can adjust that. Minutes an hour. Nice. Eras, neat. And then I hit the save button. Update calendar, yes. Save and close. Add event. End of all things. Create. Look, I have an end. Okay, what are all your options down here? Select, add event, list, Gannett. I don't know how to pronounce that. Calendar, Okay, so we have a list view. And then the Pro option is to connect, I'm guessing it's to connect your your Legend Keeper account to, yeah, you can connect your Legend Keeper account to the timeline. Otherwise, this is free, powered by Legend Keeper. That is pretty cool. There are so many options here that I'm feeling a little overwhelmed. All right, I need to check out a couple things real quick, but let me put on some music. Music? Oh, it's switching songs. Okay. Like, where's the music? Song switch. All right, I gotta. Okay, I can. Not sure what some of these are. Okay. Sorry. Messages that I had to look at. But they can fortunately wait. Yeah, we'll turn down the Spotify. And yeah, it's basically free for all time. Let me close out. Just close this browser. Leave page. Yeah. I don't need all those up anymore. Don't need that up. I hope you're all doing. If you have any plans for the weekend, let me know. You want to talk about anything? Let's see here. So, tech news while we've been talking. Anything grab my interest? Anything grab your interest? Oh, by the way, there was hack to Discord. This is on Ars Technica. Stole government IDs of 70,000 users. So, technical question. If you described your in 1995 as having one tired hamster in the wheel to describe the processing power, how does that scale compared to today's machines? Ooh. The whole Microsoft forcing everyone onto Windows 11? Yeah, okay. Let me cover the Discord thing real quick. Here's that article. So if you think you're affected by it, you might get an email. Also, I want to point out that when I open Discord, they now have a thing up there say, hey, you can add a passkey to your Discord login. So please consider adding a passkey or if you don't already have two-factor authentication on your Discord, which you should. If you do, so just be aware. You may not have been affected, but just be aware that that happened. All right. Let's look at what people said. Let me scroll back up. Okay. One tired hamster in the wheel to describe how does that scale compare to today's machines? Still one tired hamster because I can't afford more. And it takes a lot more to power the machine as I get older. But yeah, I think it, but if you're talking about, like, say, one hamster could run a calculator in 1995, well, now that same hamster can probably run a tablet and a phone without much difficulty. Is there a new standard for one-tired hamster, or is it multiplied off that old standard? I haven't heard of a new one yet, but, you know, could be. Yeah, Microsoft forcing everyone onto Windows 11. So, yeah, if you're still on... And this is why folks don't want to provide IDs, etc. for these Exactly. Exactly. These age verification things get in the way more than they do the help that people think they do. Thanks for engaging with your nonsense. Of course, Rex. Anytime. I always engage with nonsense. It's great. But yeah, a lot of these verification laws are just horrible and don't really help. They, you know, some people think they seem like a good idea, but for the most part, they're not. And you just get situations like that. All right, so Windows 10 to... So yeah, if you're not on Windows 11 yet, you can still use Windows 10, but if you need to, now Microsoft is making it harder to install Windows 10, which, or I'm sorry, no, oh, this is something different. I thought this was about Windows 10. It isn't. That's about installing Windows 11. It's odd because it feels less and less people are asking, what if someone hacked this? How bad would that be before doing things? Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Brian. It's like there's we need to do this, and then there's no thought beyond we need to do this, do the thing, and then there's nothing about what are all the other attached implications of this. What are the security implications? What is the barriers to entry? Does this actually make a difference, or you're just making it to sound like a good idea? And you can give yourself a trophy at the end. Less what if and more when nowadays because there's a data breach and hack every other week. Yeah. Or those asking are being ignored. We need to strengthen penalties for data breaches for both the attackers and the data holders. Yep. It's really more about how can they force everyone to use Copilot. Yeah. Part of the homogenization of AI. See, everyone uses it. Why don't you? Because generative AI steals from people, and there's kind of a bunch of copyright cases in the courts now, and it consumes a lot of power. So generative AI is bad, and you really shouldn't be using it. I don't know how else to tell you. Don't use Gen AI, other than saying, don't use Gen AI. It's that easy. Will AI have a use? Well, yes, but the current thing of generative AI, and then again, even calling it AI, we've talked about this before, is is a bit of a misnomer. All my friends were pirating data while boiling the oceans. Would you want me to join in? Would you? Right? America was really built on stealing from people, and it was. But we don't have to keep doing those things. I know we won't. I'm wishful thinking, but you know, something AI. There's got to be a better term than AI. Is gotta be a better term than AI for it, because it's not really artificial intelligence in a way. It's just more advanced programming. And yeah, there's still plenty of stealing from people and wasting resources at a level of, hey, aren't you supposed to protect me type thing. So still plenty of that going on. I don't want to downplay any of that. But yeah, they want to, you know, there's all these now counting the days until that bubble burst. Yes. Because I think it's pretty clear that that bubble will burst. I hope the fallout isn't too devastating for the common folk. Yeah, same. But yeah, now there's all these co-pilot PCs. Like, why? I don't want to use your thing. I generally like Windows 11. It's been pretty good to me. But if people still want to use Windows 10, I know you don't have to keep supporting your old systems, because that'd be weird. Like, if you're still supporting Windows 7, oh boy, that's a lot. And yeah, moving on from things, but you're also, it seems like you're making it harder to go, no, thank you, I'm just gonna put Windows 10 on this machine. I think it's the sheer number of people still on Windows 10 because of cost, system requirements, or just lagged IT departments, etc. Good point. Yes. So it's going to happen. So it's going to open all those machines up for more hacking. This is true. It is a mess. But yeah. This is why I like having Brian in chat, y'all, because they know these things about IT and have those considerations. Leaf, was there anything else about Windows 10, 11 you wanted to bring up? let me know. Because I'm interested in all of it. Let's see what else we got going on. Came to mind since I have to install Windows 11 on my... Oh, well, I hope that goes well and your mom's laptop survives the Windows 11. As a only child, all the tech support has fallen to me for one side of the entire family. So, you know. That's fun. Your younger brother didn't know this was happening, so it's like, do you know which Windows version you're running? Wow. All right. And one more. Listen to far too many Warhammer 40k explainers. Oh no. Oh, may the machine spirit guide your hands on the string. I got it. All right, bye, Rex. Have a good weekend. Oh, it's already time to stop. Oh, wow. Okay. That went by fast. All right, let's gonna quickly look at TTRPG news, and then we need to go. I need to go eat dinner. Let's see here. There we go. Do a quick view here of a website. Because I have a bad movie to look forward to later tonight. And, oh, I forgot the name of it. It is called... It's called Various Things. It's one of these movies that, again, it's one of the earliest Michelle Yeoh and Cynthia Rothrock movies. It might be the only one they paired in together. But it is In the Line of Duty 2 Super Cops, sometimes called Yes, Madam. And, you know, it has Michelle Yeoh doing a lot of stunts, and Cynthia Rothrock, who has been in a number of not great movies, but Cynthia Rothrock can take you out. You know, she does a lot of her own stunts, and the work she does is amazing. If you've never heard of Cynthia Rothrock before. But yeah, she's like multiple black belt person, and yeah. But here is the IMDb entry for Yes, Madam, which is also this. It is a movie cut together from a couple of movies. Like, it had, like, they took one movie and then they shot some original footage and they smashed them together in what looks to be a complete nonsensical mess, but it has some glorious stunt work in it. And so, yeah, that's going to, they did a Riff Tracks version. So if you go to Riff Tracks, you can buy it there. But they're doing a one-time showing over on the Riff Tracks channel for it. Or you can buy it off of the Riff Tracks website. But you can watch it for free tonight on Riff Tracks Twitch channel with the chat. But yeah, if you can check it out, from just the trailer, this looks to be wild in all sorts of ways. And some of the stunts, wow. I mean, yeah, it's not a great movie from my understanding, but the stunt work is kind of cool. Like, if this bad movie had anything going for it, it's definitely the stunt work that they put into it. But yeah, it's called like Super Cops 2, I think is another title. Let's see if I can find another entry for it. Yeah, Michelle Yeoh is in it, and so that's kind of neat. Like I said, I think it's one of their first movies, and both Michelle's and Cynthia voices are dubbed in it. I mean, it's a, you know, it is a foreign movie, right? But when they did the English dub, they didn't have them come do their own voices. They had British actresses or people that sound like British actresses or someone putting on a British accent dub their voices. so you see, and it's just amazing. But some of the, like I said, there's probably a trailer up on YouTube. Check out some of the stunts in it because those are really awesome. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Maybe I'll get some chicken wings and just sit here, and that'll be my wind down for tonight. Tomorrow I think I'm going to a movie, or no, Sunday I'm going to a movie that might actually be decent on purpose. Let's see here. What am I seeing? I hadn't heard of it until my friend's like, hey, you want to go see this? I'm like, oh, all right. Called Roof Man. with Channing Tatum. So that is possibly the Sunday morning plan, or early evening plan, depending. And tomorrow's kind of a free day, so I'll probably work on some more TTRPG resources. Watch one Urban Bohemian stream along with Stephen Joy's. And oh yeah, I should mention this. Speaking of streaming, because Brian posted about this earlier, about Tiny Rocket Lab and the developers getting into it with Steam reviews. And so they've been getting No More Robots is the developer. They've been getting Steam reviews like, this game is too much DEI, or it has DEI, so it's a waste of time and all that. And they reply back, we don't want you to play our game. So here's Brian's post about it. And then here is the No More Robots Blue Sky with screenshots of what they said. And Tanya replied, so I'm buying this game ASAP. Yes, buy Tiny Rocket Lab. If for nothing else, it makes basement chuds angry. Game dev equivalent of the TikTok meme. Then die, right? I've been playing it on stream over the past couple days. It's delightful. It's a lot of fun. I'm going to be playing it next week. So yeah, it's not that expensive. So I think it was like $14, something like that. And it's very, very fun. Check it out. And check it out even more that now that, the people who think it has DEI in it, so it's a waste, you should definitely check it out. Pro tip, if you process that Steam refund before you act like a bigot in the forums, you won't have to complain about it being too late to get a refund. Because the dev doesn't want your money anyway, right? Brilliant. Love it. So yeah, it's really a delightful game. I love it. They give me a hammer, and I just go, can I hammer this? And the answer is either yes, a lot of the times. A few times it's been no, which I'm slightly disappointed in, but I understand that I can't hammer everything. Ding. My absolute favorite of that whole thing is the person wrote a great review, right? And then came back and flipped it at thumbs down, but the entire review still stands. So bizarre. But yeah, I wanted to bring that up because that was just a delightful response. And so I'm highly encouraging now more than ever that you check out Tiny Rocket Lab. Again, it's fun, and your character gets a hammer. And it's a multi-purpose tool, so you may think you need something like a pickaxe or some of these other tools that, let you remove things from the ground. Like maybe you want a spade to dig up a plant or something. You just need a hammer. That's it. Oh, and when I was playing yesterday, I was on a quest to find this robot apparently I made, your character makes, and has left it called Toasty. And Toasty wanders off somewhere. And so I looked it up, and where Toasty is makes so much sense. Where Toasty is hiding. I'm like, oh, yeah, that... why didn't I think to look there? But we'll do it on Monday because it's all kind of fantastic, and there's a lot of puns around Toasty. Your giant toaster robot. That's it. It's 8 feet tall. So on Monday we'll be grabbing Toasty and seeing what Toasty can do for the game. It'll be delightful. All right, let's see who's on. I've talked enough. Elgato is still streaming. They announced something new. Well, I guess that's more to cover next week or talk about on Monday. Who is on? We can send a lovely, lovely raid over to. Let's raid. Oh, lots of good choices today. We will. Hey, we'll give Nix the raid bump today. So let's go over, say hi to Nix. Thank you all so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I don't say it enough, but this stream and all this stuff I have around me to make the stream, most of it doesn't happen without community support and just people being in chat and talking and being here. And, you know, whether you talk to me on Discord, whether it's supporting me over on Ko-Fi or Patreon or any other way, or just being here. Thank you so much. It means a lot. I enjoy doing this. I enjoy Tech Fridays. And so thank you all for being here. I really can't do this without... You can't do things without other people a lot of times, and this is one of those. So thank you all for being here. Please have a great weekend. Go watch Urban Bohemian tomorrow morning. And have a great evening. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to each other. Stay tuned for the raid. And I'll see you all on Monday. Bye.